Hey everybody, it is me, Keith, coming at you with another edition of Another Angle. And by the way, I am a mental health counselor, and I do have my own online mental health company where I provide various mental health services to people who are in need of mental health support. In order to find out what those particular specialties are, you can visit my website at www.transparentmindsllc.com. I do that as my part-time job. I work as a behavior specialist at an elementary school for my full-time job. All right, I just wanted to just plug that in there real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and dive in. So with this particular episode, I wanted to touch on labels. And when I say labels, I am in reference to sexuality. I know a lot of people don't really like labels, but I wanted to touch on this topic because I feel that labels are very important in the society that we live in currently. I know I also had a conversation with my fiance last night, and what we gathered was that people don't like labels. But I wanted to give some insight into reference why we do need labels. For example, when it comes to LGBTQIA acronym, also add the plus. So it's LGBTQIA plus. And those are the acronyms for those who identify as such in the community. And so it's important because the plus is very important, because the plus is for people who identify as everything other than those acronyms. But you have some people who don't really feel like they fit in a particular category. And so that's why we have the plus. And the plus can go even as far as those who are allies or who are still not, or maybe struggling or not really sure what their actual sexual orientation really is. And so that's why that plus is very important. I also wanted to touch on appearances when it comes to people's sexual orientation. I do feel as a society, men and women do this. You can look at a man or a woman and assume that they are heterosexual. But in today's society, we know that unfortunately, that's not the case. I like to use plantains as an example, plantains and bananas, because they're very similar in appearance. They're both greenish colors when they're unripe, but then they turn to a yellow color when they're ripe. And they're also kind of similar in size too. I like to use this equation. I like to compare it to people because, far as our external, oftentimes, people will assume that we're, something that we're not. And so that's why I wanted to, touch on that and give the distinction between those two when it comes to how we identify as people in society. Okay, well, that is all I have for you all with this edition of Another Angle. I hope everybody take care. All right. Bye.